All right, Virgos, welcome to your monthly Sidereal Astrology forecast for January of 2016. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below because the signs are different. All right, Virgo, so this month we've got Mercury going retrograde right on the 5th, and this is specifically involving your 4th house, where I think you have been maybe focused on and thinking more about home or family or maybe even your health. But now a lot of this goes in flux, and there's a lot of changes happening this month in regards to that. The sun's going to go over Pluto. Mercury is going to go retrograde over Pluto. And you got an inclination of this back in November when Mercury first went over Pluto in terms of what's changing. But it's a big month for change here involving the personal life, whether it's health, whether it's home, family, roots, etc. So with that retrograde, Mercury is actually right on the cusp between your 4th and your 5th. So I think there is this rehashing and rethinking in some regards your self-expression and things that are important to you and your interests. But the bulk of the retrograde will be in regards to maybe redoing home things, redoing your perspective on home, redoing, maybe your health, maybe health regimens sometimes with Mercury. And because it's your ruler too, it's a good time to go internalized and just kind of reflect and just be open to, taking it easy, because this does happen at least 3 times a year. And you probably notice as your ruler, retrograde, it's a good time to just kind of pause for a second. But I think there's still a lot of focus and attention in regards to your personal life. So it's a good area to put energy into it, just being in flux in the process. Now from the 7th and 8th, Jupiter goes retrograde in your 12th house. So there are some things that you're probably going to be rehashing in regards to your spirituality, in regards to your alone time, spiritual time out, which has been a time of expansion for you, but now it goes more internalized for about the next 5 months here. So you've got this reflective nature in regards to where you can have that peace, presence, harmony in your life, and that's good ways to work with it. I think you're learning a lot about it in this shift and really learning a lot about relationships for these next 5 months and that home and family stuff. Jupiter rules both your 4th and your 7th houses. So there's this, rehashing, rethinking going on, I think, in regards to home, family, and your relationships in general. So shift there, and a good thing to learn more about. Now on the 9th, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. So new beginnings here with your home, with family, anything on that root level, which is very nice. And it's very transformative though, so be open to change. I really want to stress that. And square up to Uranus means that you might be wanting to break free. Maybe there's some revolutionary energy going on with relationships, with one-to-one connections, which has been Uranus squaring up to Pluto from the 7th. But take it nice and slow. There's something to listen to with that. There's some sort of intuition about it, about relationships. But it's nothing new. It's been going on for years. But now it becomes more mundane in that you can apply it and continuously put it towards these now new beginnings with your personal life. One thing, too, I want to say, Mercury retrograde being your 10th house ruler, it's always good, too, for these few weeks to be reflecting on your career and your future and your goals and things like that. So that's the new moon. Then also on the 9th, Venus goes over Saturn. So there is a lot of enjoyment actually to be had with your communications and maybe with learning, reading, writing. Although that's been a very serious area for you with Saturn here, there's enjoyment to be had this month with Venus going over there, going over Saturn specifically around the 9th. Now Venus does rule your 2nd house of finances. So good time to be stern and disciplined with those around the 9th. And also your philosophy and your life path, getting serious with that also. I think you just naturally will be with the conjunction there. But it's all about you building foundations with how you communicate, with your mind, with your perspective on life, how you see things, which is that Saturn in the 3rd. Now around the 18th, Mars trines up to Neptune. So there's been a lot of drive, I think, for you guys the past couple months to go after your goals, your ambitions in life, all of that with Mars here. But now it makes it quite easy going. In fact, you guys around the 18th could be finding easygoingness, maybe with those communications too, which is quite good, and the deeper aspects of life, but specifically with whatever it is you're pursuing right now at the moment. Now on the 21st, the sun goes into Capricorn. So there's going to be, I think, more focus here, shifting slowly but surely into the self-expression, into your interests, into what's important to you in life on a more playful, fun level, right? And you expressing yourself in general. So with this shift, I think it's a good place to put energy, whether it's with your hobbies, whether it's with romance, with your children, creative projects, whatever it is. There's a lot of energy to be gained through expressing yourself and connecting to the things you're passionate about. So that's going to be pretty much the second half of the month. Well, I'll say the last 2 weeks of the month. And then at that same time, this is when Mercury gets really close to Pluto. So there is a very transformative thing going on here with the fourth house, and also with you in many ways. A lot of you will be transforming in many regards because it is your ruler. Your career is going to be transforming. So really be open to change with your roots, your personal life, with yourself, your goals this month, and your career. This happens once a year, a Mercury over Pluto, but it is going retrograde over it, which doesn't always happen. So it's not that huge, but at the same time, there is something, at least on some level, that's changing. And of course, with Pluto, we always want to be open to change. And again, keep everything grounded with those relationships, but listen to that freedom that's being called there for you to have in that slow and steady way. And then Mercury goes direct on the 25th. So on the 25th, you'll probably notice things becoming clear. Although I think on the 22nd, there's probably going to be some insights, as there usually is during a retrograde conjunction. But then on the 25th, it makes more sense. And then so 25th, and then especially on the 30th, once Mercury goes back over that Pluto again, really applying all this career stuff, applying all this personal life stuff, or your goals and things, because a lot of that will have already changed by that time. Okay, and thus the transformative energy of you in many sense. Now on the 23rd, we have a full moon in Cancer, which is your 11th house. So over the past 6 months, if you've been involved with anything involving groups, community things, organizations, or with your ideals in life, it could be a culmination with that, but it can also be an illumination and an awareness of your life in relation to you and the community, or you and the world, and your goals in the big picture sense, really what you want to give and contribute and be a part of in life, what your visions are. So a high point with that, and you can learn a lot, and that can be integrated into the other areas. Now, also on the 23rd, we've got Jupiter conjoining up to that north node. And so this energy here is the north node shifting into your 12th. So where there's been a lot of expansion over the past roughly 6 months with spirituality, with peace in your life, now the north node's going in here for the next 2 years. So it's all about this life path direction, a lot of support, in fact, for you to pursue your spirituality, whatever that is for you personally. It's a very personal part of the chart, It's not so much philosophical. It's much more intuitive and personal, your personal relationship there with the universe, with God, or however you see that. And that energy is going to be very, very supportive, and there's that shift you'll probably start to feel here this later part of the month especially, and going into February, especially with this conjunction with Jupiter in the North Node. There could be some insight and some wisdom really directing you towards this new life path of yours about spirituality. Now on the 23rd, also Venus goes into Sagittarius, so the things around that home and family, although it has transformed at this point, or is transforming, you can enjoy home, family, past, roots, health becomes a lot nicer with a Venus there. Now on the 27th, Mars goes into your second, much better placement for Mars to be on. This is, pretty much topping off the month here, where there has been a lot of, that pursuing life, pursuing your goals with Mars, but it's kind of clunky with Mars and Virgo. Because, Virgo, you guys want to make sure everything's taken care of, but Mars wants to rush through the gates. So it's been this importance of having that slow earthly approach to action. But now Mars going into an air sign and a neutral sign of Venus, there's a lot more drive, easily expressed. And you might find that specifically with your communications, with what's really meaningful to you in life. But the shift is really going towards you motivating to maybe get your material nest egg, to pursue the finances, the material aspects of life, and your values with Mars in that second house. All right, Virgo, so have a great month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.